I don't know if your armpits are hairy or not, but like, obviously you're just the perfect image of a Western woman right now, actually.
Well, I didn't want to say that myself because I didn't want to come across as conceited, but I actually do agree with you. I think as far as women go, it doesn't really get more attractive than me.
You're the ideal woman in Western culture.
I think I am, you know, because, I mean, I've got these nice, big, womanly hands.
The luscious bald head.
Exactly. That's how a woman should look. If I could stomach enough Krispy Kreme to put on a whole bunch of pounds and, you know, become obese, then I'd really just be the perfect female.
I think we've got to guess what's going live.
Yeah,
so let's have your opinions on this, man.
Oh my god.
Didn't also have multiple partners?
Well, a woman could say that same thing if she decided. She could say, I can sleep with multiple men, but my men can't sleep with multiple women if she so choose. We're all free individuals, right?
Yeah, but you wouldn't agree if a woman said that.
I would personally find that revolting, correct? But there are women who find what I say revolting.
So you're not telling other people what to think. You're just saying how you think.
I think if a man is not sexually exclusive, it's not the same as if a woman is, because with a woman you have the paternity issue. With a man you don't have a paternity issue. If I have 3 girlfriends and they all get pregnant, we know who the mother and who the father is. If you have 1 woman and 3 men, you don't know who even the parents are if she got pregnant.
Yeah, you could definitely figure that out.
DNA tests are pretty accessible nowadays.
Of course, yeah, that's exactly it. So I said science can step in and fix it, but that doesn't mean it's not haram and against the will of God. Look, read the Bible. Every single man had multiple wives. Not a single woman had multiple husbands. It's against the will of God. It's disgusting. In the eyes of God himself.
The universe lies within your grasp.
You think bruises are ally? I was bowling by
Andrew Tate. Virtually every tech company on the planet banned him.
Imagine shooting a man with your last bullet and he stands there unfazed.
Do I look canceled?
fuck no, baby.
They fired the bullet that never fails. It bounced off of my skin, and here I am. I still emerge more powerful than ever before. There is a large contingent of the population. There's a large contingent of men out there who don't want to wear makeup, who don't want to be girls, who don't want to be told they're toxic because they want to go to the gym, who want to drive nice cars, who want to have money, who want to have hot chicks. And there's nothing wrong with us. We are not evil. We are not bad. We're not misogynistic. We're not out to hurt anybody. Let me tell you one more thing. When bad things happen, they call men like us. The feminists who hate us and call us toxic, the second they have trouble, they'll call a police officer. Do you think they want a feminist male to turn up or a man like me and you? They need us and they use us. But the second we have an opinion, the second I decide to voice and talk about the things that we talk about, explain our points of view, they want to cancel us. They don't want us to speak. They just want us to defend them, build the railroads, build the roads, be the workhorses, be the slaves. And they think we're not allowed a point of view. Well, they made a fucking mistake because I, like every great leader throughout history, charge first before my army, cavalry charge at the enemy. You can cancel me. I'm about to pave the road for every other man out here with an opinion who's going to get canceled. I'll show you where to fucking go. Bro, let's get ready to rumble.
He is the father we didn't know we had, but the father we all needed.
This is a certified hood classic.
To this day.
That women don't feel like they need men in the most physical sense, perhaps like right. Naturally.
It's very interesting. Women don't feel like they need men in a physical sense because life is soft, but it's bullshit. Because you still need men by proxy, one, and two, the second life gets difficult, you very quickly learn how much you need men. But women will go, I'm independent, I don't need no man because I have an OnlyFans and men pay my OnlyFans, and if anyone comes up to me, I'll call a male police officer. I don't need men. Shut up, idiot. Of course you do. You just named your whole life is based on. And the road you're driving on was paved by a man. The house you're living in was built by a man. The car you're driving was designed by a man. Your whole life depends on men. And the second anything bad were to happen to you, the second you were physically threatened, or times were to get hard, or war were to start, or famine, or riots, the first thing you do is find a big, strong man and throw the feminism out the window. Feminism goes out the window the second that the snow needs shoveling, or there's a broken down car, or the tire needs changing. Then all that crap vanishes.
I have a
Relax, take it easy.
Okay, that's great. I just want to let you know that your tire's flat.
She's strong and she's independent. Well, I think she's got this.
Will you mind helping me?
Get your fucking boyfriend to do it.
Legends have say that girl is still stuck there with a flat tire till this day.
Yo, really?
Seriously, this can't be my life, bro.
Really?
This
you
shit
can't put air in a tire like this, Blue.
It's not even going no.
It's garbage. And this is the very interesting thing. I'll make a point here, which is going to get me canceled again, but I don't give but this is the point. Feminism in and of itself can't be defended. The point of an idea is that it can be defended by the people who believe in it. This has been the whole point of war since the dawn of time. It doesn't matter if it was the Christians against the Hindus, doesn't matter if it was the Germans against the French. There were people who had ideas and ideologies, and they're prepared to fight each other to defend their ideology. Feminism is an ideology which cannot be defended by feminists. The only people who could defend feminism are the men who subscribe to the garbage. If all the feminists were to get in a line and say, we want feminism, and the conservative men were to get in a line, you would learn very quickly it's bullshit. I had a friend in Afghanistan when Taliban kicked America out. And he told me the Americans were telling the girls they could go to school. So they built all these girls' schools, and they put the Afghanistani Defense Forces there, and they funded the Afghanistani Defense Forces to protect these schools. You had American satellites, you had night vision goggles. Taliban were afraid to attack. America leaves. Now you have Afghani Defense Forces. They're basically blind. They don't have satellites anymore. Don't have night vision, whatever. So now it's a real war. The men are standing next to this girls' school. The Taliban are coming. You're some dude. You're standing there, and you're looking at this girls' school going, I don't really give if girls go to school. Bounce. And you didn't fight. So that's why they all gave up and Taliban took over so quickly. And when I said this, the girls like, yeah, they should have fought for us, feminism. Why don't the women fight?
Can I ask?
Oh, wait, the women can't defend their own idea. You need men to defend feminism. So that's why the whole thing is stupid. Because the second men don't defend it, it just fails as a fucking ideology. It's garbage.
May I tell you something now?
No.
And gentlemen, with this whole womanist movement, these feminists only teach women these three things over reality. My body, my narrative, my agenda, my rules over reality. Let me tell you guys something. My dick is a feminist because the way it sticks up for women.
This is the world that you know. The world as it was at the end of the 20th century. It exists now only as part of a neural interactive simulation that we call the Matrix. You've been living in a dream world, Neo. This is the world as it exists today.
Women are the most precious things on the planet. They create life.
They should be protected. They should be provided for.
I believe that
women are beautiful creatures. It seems a little possessive, but like, I'll take the compliment.
Do you know who said this?
No.
I think it's a guy, like an incel nice guy. Because they're like, I would never let a woman pay for a bill. Maybe they're a lesbian. Imagine this is like Mark Twain.
Who do you know that could have said this?
Donald Trump. It's like Trump? Like an idiot? Written like an idiot! Chris Pratt. Ryan Reynolds. Very stylish.
You're naming all the attractive men.
Yeah, interesting. That's the only reason I know them. Yeah. Very sexist, but it's like a guy who doesn't know he's sexist. Devin Booker.
It's a guy named Andrew Tate. His name is Andrew Tate.
Oh my god! I'm such an idiot!
Welcome to the desert of the real.
Instagram.
The Matrix is a system, Neo. That system is our enemy. But when you're inside, you look around, what do you see? Businessmen, teachers, lawyers, carpenters, the very minds of the people we are trying to save. But until we do, these people are still a part of that system, and that makes them our enemy. Most of these people are not ready to be unplugged. Were you listening to me, Neo? Or were you looking at the woman in the red dress?
I was.
Look again.
Do you think the values of the West are spreading?
What values?
So
name a value.
Okay. Sorry.
Name a value.
Sorry, I might have misspoke.
Ideals.
I mean, like the ideas of the West. Like I've just gotten I get messages from people like from all over, and like in places like India, I've heard feminism is spreading there. Like I've heard that. Do you not find that to be true?
So firstly, the West has no value. The only thing the West seems to defend fervently is LGBT. I'm not saying anything about it. I'm not. I'm just saying it's the only thing that they'll stand up and fight for. I don't know why. It's weird. Like this, they don't care about anything else. They don't care about children going without child support. They don't care about people dying in wars. They don't care about our parents being in parent homes. They don't care about crime. They don't care about no one being able to pay their energy bills. They don't care about nothing. But for some reason about this one thing and throw the flag all around the world.
Which is again surrounded around sex.
That's all they care about. It's strange. So that's the first thing about the values of the West.
I absolutely 100% agree, because my country can put $100 million into a war, and yet my city, the streets in my city look like this, which makes me question the system.
Second thing, the harder society and the harder the life is as a whole, the longer it's going to take for feminism to spread. Feminism only exists in a vacuum of an easy life. If you're living in a society like India, where life is hard, feminism disappears, because the harder life is, the closer people naturally revert to their gender roles. If you got a bunch of 10 men, 10 women, stranded them on a desert island, and they had to survive, very quickly the men would do men shit and the women would do women shit. There'd be very little talk about feminism and equality, and all this shit would fucking vanish when shit hits the fan, right? So in countries where life is harder, feminism can't take hold, because feminism can only exist in a vacuum of a very privileged life. I'm sure there's some kid in India who didn't get laid off some chick and he's complaining she's a feminist. There's a bunch of dumb shit, right? But I think the world is going to get a lot harder. I think the world is cyclical. I think it's been easy for a while. I think hard times are coming. And when hard times come, people are going to naturally revert to what gives them the highest chance of survival, which is gender roles, right? I have the best chance of survival being a man, and a woman has the best chance of survival being my woman. That's how she's going to function.
Do you think women typically are happier as housewives rather than a career?
Well,
depends on the career.
No, depends on the man. The answer is absolutely and utterly yes, because giving life is the most beautiful thing a female can do. That's what you've evolved to do. That's the thing that men cannot do. I think that women who focus on having children and do their best to be good mothers in the end are the happiest females on the planet.
Being a mother and being a housewife is kind of different, though.
Okay, no, but it's essentially the same thing. If you're a housewife long enough, I'm going to assume you're going to end up having children. And I think that the sooner a woman has children, the better. If she can find a good man and have a child, that's a fantastic thing. I think it's a beautiful thing. And I don't see the point in a woman slaving away for a corporation that doesn't care about her, as opposed to slaving away for her own flesh and blood. I think that's a complete waste of a life. I think if men are already doing that, why would you want to go along and do that as well?
Because a career is not just slaving away for a corporation. A career can involve a million different things.
Well, that's exactly what a career is. It's slaving away for a corporation that doesn't care about you. And I understand you have to pay the bills, and I understand you don't want to be completely sufficient. You want to be self-sufficient. You don't want to be dependent on a man. I understand all that. But in an idealistic scenario, in the vacuum of ideology, if you could sit and be a woman and focus on having children or focus on doing a job, I think on a long enough time scale, you're going to be much happier with your progeny as opposed to working a job.
Can I ask you a question? Because I feel like we talk a lot about hoes. We talk about a lot of the extreme. There's a lot of gray matter in the middle.
Sure.
Where a lot of women kind of get lost.
Yep.
For example, I think that one of the issues sometimes that I hear a lot about, and I personally may say I feel it sometimes, is that when you're also a quite educated woman, intellectual, intelligent, whatever, smart, a lot of the time, naturally, you speak in a way that stands out from other people, right? And I find that a lot of the time, that kind of intimidates some of the man them, where they start thinking, this girl is a bit too much. Now, it is not my fault that I'm smart. It's not my fault that I can put one and one together very nicely, very quickly. What kind of man is going to be able to handle that?
I have to give me a minute.
This woman laughs like I don't speak 4 languages and got 3 degrees. Now I thought.
What is she trying to say? You're not smart.
It's okay. I speak how I do for a reason. So please, sir, can you help me out? I'm trying to find a husband, the kind of beast that can handle a woman like me.
Well, this is another point, right? And I'm only answering generally, right? Because this is the first time I've met all of you ladies. You've all been very polite to me. You've all been very nice. I'm just talking generally. And I'm going to answer it based on your last sentence. Your last sentence was handle a woman like me.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at the average man's life, like I just discussed earlier, how difficult it is, how competitive he has to be, and how many problems he has to fix. Do you think he wants to handle any woman?
Okay, so...
Do you, like the idea of any degree of problem? It's the straw that breaks the camel's back. Like the point of having a woman as a man, for me at least, is for her to be my peace and quiet. My life is stress. You see me, I'm rolling around with fucking security teams, and I got problems, and they're after me. And when I come home to my chick, the last thing I want to do is have to handle anything. I want her to just sit the fuck down and her make me happy. She used to be my positive energy. She used to be my sunshine in the rainstorm.
Okay.
So you're talking about him handle you. I don't know. I can't answer the question exactly. But if you're sitting there constantly arguing over small points or correcting him or that. He's probably thinking, this is a battle. I don't have the energy for another fight.
Okay, so
now, a real woman who understands her man will understand this concept.
The number one rule for my relationships that I have for myself, I don't have rules for other people, I have rules for myself.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I always try to make his penis hard, not his life. Yeah, correct. Yeah,
That's very valid.
yes. Make his dick hard, not his life, so he will make your pussy wet, not your eyes.
Okay. Perfect. 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 Perfect.
Now that we got a woman's perspective, now let's hear from this pimp O-double-G.
If bitch ain't able to bring nothing to the table, she won't be in my stable. I'ma leave the hoe at home with her Aunt Mabel watching basic cable. When she earn her stripe and get her shit tight, she can fuck with Pimp Good Game, the famous player, and watch Sound Like all night, right?
Sensational. Sensational.
And gentlemen, that's it for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
I don't feel like platforming this guy. The social media platforms have made it very clear how they feel about this guy, right? Put a little call out here to like fellow creators. You want to re-platform this guy? Anyone?
Logan Paul, the YouTube star who has millions of young followers, came under fire for posting an alarming video showing the body of a person who took their own life.
This has been, to be honest with you, the hardest time of my life. Never been hated by the whole world.
He was top G. He was the guy that could show you how to do it. YouTube, you got rules and I'm here to follow. And I like the platform.
Right, and the steak.
The steak is delicious. The steak is delicious.
The steak is delicious.
Do we have a deal, Mr. Reagan?
I know this steak doesn't exist when I put it in my mouth. The Matrix is telling my brain
The
that
steak is delicious.
juicy and delicious. You know what I realize? Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, we're caught in the matrix. I don't give a it's great here.
The steak is delicious.
The steak is delicious.
Then we have a deal.
As much as he talks about being outside of the matrix, now you're outside the club and we hear you complaining that you can't get in.
They killed Socrates because he's corrupting the youth of Athens. They don't want young men to look up to anybody. The left wants to turn young men into
young women.
Yeah, you have these huge tech companies censoring, outright, literally erasing somebody. That's wrong.
This is stage one of a three-step plan.
There's nothing I can say that will explain it for you, Neo. Come with me.